Sadly, this is one of those things that became an inevitability with so many politicians and news groups that were apathetic to what was actually going on in Palestine. For years now, we've had people like Benjamin Netanyahu who walked into the UN Council and gave meetings with obscene graphs that he had crudely put together and said, well, no, we have to bomb this hospital in Palestine and we have to bomb this school because that's where Hamas is, that's where the terrorists are. And whenever someone followed up with, okay, well, that's a big claim, buddy, where's your proof? The response was, how dare you question us? That's anti-Semitic. You can't question us. We have to defend ourselves. Hold on. You've just said you want to blow up a school and a hospital, saying that there are terrorists there. So you have to have some evidence of it. And, of course, no evidence was ever actually given. Now, is Palestine completely innocent in this? No, not at all. But the Israeli government have been murdering men, women and children of Palestine for years, while the entire planet turns a blind eye. The difference between a missile from Palestine and a missile from Israel is that a Palestinian missile can blow up a car. That's significant damage. A missile from Israel can blow up a building. And it gets so much worse than that. So much worse than that. There have been countless stories throughout the years of Palestinians being beaten in the street. Children being murdered. It was perhaps 2 years ago. You had people throwing sticks and rocks. And the Israeli government's response was to get snipers and shoot these people. Now, the reason why they got snipers is because with their standard rifles, they weren't able to hit the people throwing stones. So a standard rifle couldn't hit the people throwing stones, meaning the people who were throwing stones were nowhere near close enough to do any damage. But they still called out the snipers to murder men, women and children. Benjamin Netanyahu going on TV and his laughably, hypocritically disgusting notion of saying it's not right when a Palestinian kills an Israeli, the same way it's not right when an Israeli kills a Palestinian, is stomach turning. Because for the last few years, we've had more and more reports of that just not being the way that it is. And again, with this, you have apathy from the rest of the world that plays a major role in this. Now, partly you can say, yeah, it's because of religion. While most people who count themselves as Christian, I think I can safely say, haven't actually read their book, there are a number that actually have, and there are a number of Christian politicians. The reason why they support Israel is because apparently the version they have is, well, that's when Jesus is going to come back and kill the entire world. I mean, I know they don't like to acknowledge that part. That part they like to leave out. But again, like I said, most people who count themselves as Christian haven't actually read their book, and they're nice people because of it. But that's why you have a lot of politicians, especially in the United States, who side with Israel over everything else because of a religious belief. I mean, hell, Israel was founded by people who believed in it and actively took steps to make it happen. But that doesn't give any clearance to let these things continue. Now, while I said at the start of this video, Palestine absolutely has blood on its hands, but there is a difference. There is a big difference. Because again, Israel has the Iron Dome. And while there are innocent people being killed right now, you have one side who can blow up a car, and you have the other side who not only has the potential to level a building, but have been doing it for years, while the entire world turns a blind eye. This was an inevitability because too many people just didn't care.